It all started with a simple message, a short text sent late at night that read, "Can you help me? It's urgent." At first, Mark didn't think much of it. He was used to getting strange requests through his volunteer work, helping strangers online, connecting people with resources. But this one felt different. The message came from a woman named Clara, and her tone wasn't just desperate, it was terrified. Mark replied instantly. "What's wrong?" he asked. No answer. Then, 3 minutes later, another message came in. "It's about my son." Those 5 words made Mark's heart skip a beat. Clara explained that her teenage son, Leo, had vanished that afternoon. He'd gone out to sell an old bike and never came home. The police had been called, but hours had passed with no sign of him. What really caught Mark's attention was where the meeting had been arranged, a desolate, empty parking lot on the outskirts of town. Now, Mark wasn't a detective, but he'd seen cases like this before, too many that ended badly. So, he asked for every single detail Clara could remember. The messages between Leo and the so-called buyer, the exact time he left, the precise location. Within minutes, Mark began tracing patterns online, digging through forums, classified ads, and local listings. And that's when he found something absolutely chilling. The same phone number Leo had messaged appeared in 3 other missing persons reports over the past year. Different towns, different names, but the exact same pattern. Someone pretending to buy used bikes, always choosing isolated spots to meet. Mark immediately called the police and sent them the information. But the officer on the other end of the line sounded tired, dismissive. He said they'd look into it in the morning. Morning. Mark's gut twisted. Morning could be too late. Something deep inside told him he couldn't just wait. He grabbed his jacket, printed out the messages, and drove to the coordinates himself. The parking lot was even darker than he'd imagined, lit only by a single broken lamp flickering in the corner. The wind howled, making the old signs creak like something out of a horror movie. And then he heard it. A faint sound. A phone buzzing somewhere nearby. Mark followed the noise, his heart pounding, toward a small drainage ditch near a chain-link fence. And down there, half covered by mud and wet leaves, was a cell phone. The screen was cracked, but the wallpaper showed a smiling boy. It was Leo. He called the police again, but this time, he didn't hang up. "I found his phone," he said firmly into the receiver. "I'm at the location, and I'm staying right here until someone comes." Within minutes, 2 patrol cars arrived, their flashing lights cutting through the darkness. As the officers searched the area, one of them noticed something crucial: fresh tire marks leading away from the pavement and into the woods behind the lot. They followed the trail, and about a mile in, they found it, an old, decrepit cabin. And inside, Leo. He was alive, shaken to his core, but unharmed. It turned out he'd been trapped there by the man pretending to buy his bike, who planned to rob him and steal his family's car. When the suspect saw the police lights approaching, he panicked and ran into the woods. He was later caught trying to hitch a ride out of town. The story made local headlines the next day. Teen saved by online volunteers' quick action. But what no one knew, what the news didn't report, was that Mark wasn't even supposed to be online that night. He had almost deleted his volunteer account earlier that very day. He'd been feeling tired, frustrated, thinking his work didn't really matter anymore. He was ready to give up on helping strangers who rarely even said thank you. And yet, that one message, that one desperate request for help, changed everything. A week later, Clara invited Mark over for dinner. When he arrived, Leo ran to the door and hugged him like an old friend. The family had prepared a small meal, nothing fancy, but you could feel the warmth and gratitude in every corner of that house. During dinner, Clara told him something that made his eyes well up. "Before that night," she said softly, her voice filled with emotion, "I prayed for someone, anyone, to help us. I didn't care who it was. I just asked for a person who wouldn't ignore the message." Mark sat there in silence. He realized in that moment that sometimes the smallest choices we make, a text we decide to answer, a drive we decide to take, a moment of attention we decide to give, can completely shift the entire course of someone's life. After that night, Mark didn't stop volunteering. In fact, he started a local group to teach parents and teens about online safety. He spoke at schools, organized neighborhood patrols, and turned that one terrifying night into a mission that has since saved dozens more lives. Months later, Leo gave him a framed photo of that first dinner they shared together. On the back, he'd written, "You didn't just save me, you saved us all." If you ever doubt that one person can make a difference, remember this story. A single act of kindness, a single reply can alter destinies. Don't forget to subscribe for more true stories like this one. And if this touched you, please hit that like button. It really helps more people find stories that matter. Thanks for watching.